Okay, good morning. Today we will continue our lesson chapter 8, lesson 5, which is talking about factoring x squared plus bx plus c. We said yesterday that what is the definition of factoring and what is the difference between factoring and multiplying. And we started with the first case that if b, both of b and c is greater than 0, or b and c are positive numbers. Good morning. And also we talked about the second case, if we have also c greater than 0, but b here is less than 0, what did we do? We said that we have to put, I will ask you about two numbers. These two numbers have a positive, they have a same sign, but with negative signs. Let's now do number 18. Okay, we solved the gatas yesterday. Let's solve now number 18 before talking about the last case. In number 18 here, you have r squared minus 11r plus 24. We say that if you want to factorize any trinomial, the first step you have to open two brackets. Then after that, I will look at the variable. Which variable I have here? I have variable r. So I will put one of the r's here and the second r in the second bracket. Then after that, I will look at the sign of the c. If the sign of the c is positive, if the sign of c is positive, that means I will put the r, the sign for the two brackets here are the same. I mean, like
Teacher, from where did you bring sign C?
here it is positive.
Yeah, teacher, C.
See, this is c. 24, which we said yesterday, it's x squared plus bx plus c. This is c.
Okay.
Now, since now the sign of c is positive, so, and the sign of b now is negative, so what does it mean? That means I need you to give me two numbers that if you multiply them, you get positive 24, and if you add them, you get negative 11. What we have to do? I will draw a table here. And for this table, I will make it like this. In the first column, I will write the factors.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Rani. The factors of positive 24. And here now I will write the summation of the factors. So the first step, I will write the factors of 24. Then I will write the sum of the factors. Now, what are the factors of 24?
-3, -8, -6, -4,
Negative 6, negative 4, negative 8, negative 3, negative 1, negative 12, 2, 24, negative 2, negative 24, 6 and 4, 8 and 3. All of these are the factors of positive 24. Since now the sign of B here is negative, so I will look at the ones that have the summation of them are negative. It could be this one, and this one, and this one, and the last one here, and this one only. Negative 6 and negative 4 is negative 10. Negative 8 and negative 3 is negative 11. Negative 13, negative 22. So only I look at the factors where its summation is negative. Only what I need. Why? Because here I have negative sign. for the 11. Since I have a negative, so I must here have negative, negative in both brackets. Now, which one have its summation is negative, or which pair of factor its summation is negative 11?
Teacher, excuse me, here negative 2 and negative 24. You mean negative 2 and negative 12. And here negative
Yes,
1
yes.
and negative 24.
Yes, as I. So then, now we noticed that both of the negative 8 and negative 3, this pair of factor, if you multiply them, you get positive 24. And if you add them, you get negative 11. So I will put negative 8 here and negative 3 here. This will be now the factors of r squared minus 11r plus 24. So by now, we talked about two cases. These two cases are, if I have a y squared like plus 6y plus 5, and the second case, it was r squared minus 11r plus 24. Now, the first thing I want you to know it here before going to talk about the second case, that the first step, if you want to factorize any function, any expression, you look at the sign of C. If the sign of C is positive, okay, be careful here. The sign of this C here, this one I mean, okay, 5 and 24 is positive. That's mean we have same signs here. The signs here, wait. I mean that the signs here and here will be the same. Okay, if the sign is positive, the C here, look at C, the C is positive. Since it is positive, so we have the same sign. Same what? If you have here plus, I told you that if you have here plus, you have same sign. Which sign it will be the same? This plus. I will put plus here and plus here between the factors.
Oh, no.
And here we have also plus. And I told you, if we have a plus sign, we have same. If the C here is positive, we have same. Same what? Same minus. So minus here and minus here. Okay, look at them. And 1 minute, I will write back.
Yes.
Okay, now? Is it clear? So if the sign of C,
Yes.
the sign of the constant is positive, be careful. If the sign of the constant is positive, it's mean we have same sign. Same sign of what? Of the two brackets here. The same positive or same positive ولا same negative. I will look at the B. If B is positive, I will put positive, positive. And if B is negative, it will be the same. Negative, negative. This is for the first and the second class, the second case. Now let's go now to the third case. Yes?
Can you repeat it?
Okay.
Yes,
Here
miss.
now we have two. We talked. I told yesterday. I told you that we have. Sorry. Now, yesterday I told you that we have 4 cases of the factorizing. These factors, it could be like x squared plus bx plus c, or x squared minus bx plus c, and x squared minus bx minus c, and x squared plus bx minus c. These are the 4 cases that we will talk about them in this lesson. Yesterday, we talked about these 2 cases. Look at these 2 cases. What is the common between them? That the sign of c is positive. The sign of the constant c, the last number, is positive. Since now the sign is positive, so after I put the x's here, I told you that you have to put x with a number, x with a number. These numbers now, like as an example, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? But now what is the sign between the variable and the number? It depends on the sign of b. Since now the sign of c is positive, I told you if the sign of c, if the constant is positive, so what does it mean? Positive, that means we have the same. Same what? Same sign. Which sign should I write it the same? I will look at b. What is the sign of b here?
Positive.
Positive.
Plus.
Plus. I told you same. Same, positive. Same plus here and here. Now look at c now. C here, it has a positive. I told you positive, it means same. Now, same what? I will look at the sign of b. What is the sign of b here? It's
Minus.
or minus. That means I will put same minus. Here, same plus. Is it clear now? Yes, grade 8. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher. For me, it's
Yes,
clear.
miss.
Now,
It's for me.
this is now the second 2 cases. We will talk about them today. Today now, look at C. It's negative. If you have a negative C, that means we have a different sign. What's meaning by it? That's mean I have must we have one positive and one negative. In the first one here, we said we have be the same. If you see positive C, we must have same sign. Could be same plus, or same minus. Here, since the sign of C is negative, it's mean it's different.
Means, teacher, you mean that if the C is positive, so I have in the factorization, it must be in the 2 bracket the same sign.
Yes.
But in the second
case,
type,
if the C is negative, it must be different. One is positive and one is negative. Is it clear now?
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk now about the third case. In this case here now, look at the sign of C. We have an x squared plus 2x minus 15. In this one here, what is the sign of C?
C was negative.
So I told you that if it is negative, so I'm talking about different. Different what? Different signs in the bracket. Here we have x. One x here and one x here. Okay?
Okay.
Now, as I told you, one of them is positive and the second one of them is positive. One is positive, sorry, and one is negative. This is now the first step. The sign of C is negative, so they are different. One is positive and one is negative. After that, I will draw now my table here. In this table, sorry. In this table here now, I will write the factors of 15. And the summation of the factors. Now, what I know, I want to write the factors of 15. What are the factors of, negative 15, sorry, here. So the factors of negative 15. Since, as I told you, here we have positive and negative, so must will be negative, and the second, it must be positive. Negative, positive, or positive, negative. Because if I multiply them, I must get negative 15. Now, what are the numbers? What are the pair of factors? If you multiply them, you get negative 15.
Negative
5,
1, positive 15.
negative 5,
And
and
3.
positive 3.
Negative.
Or negative
And
3,
also,
positive 5.
thank you, or negative 3, positive 5. Here you can't change them. What also? Negative 1.
And
Negative
1,
1 and positive 15.
And positive 15, negative 1. Okay, now?
yes.
Here, these are all the
Okay.
factors that if
No,
you,
teacher, negative 15. Write positive 2 times.
yes, thank you. Here we have negative, positive. Now then, after that, let's add all the factors. Let's find the summation of the factors. Negative 5 and positive 3 is what?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Negative 1 plus 15.
Equal positive 16.
40.
No,
Positive
14.
5. Positive 5 minus 3.
2.
Positive 2, yes. Negative 15 plus 1. Negative 14. Now, which of these factors have a summation of positive 2?
It's 5 and negative 5 and negative 3.
Thank you. Thank you. It is positive 5, negative 3. The positive, I will write it here, and the negative, I will write it here. By now, we factorize my expression. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yeah, let's do now another example. If you find it that it's not clear, please tell me. Let's now go to test 3. What is the factored form of each polynomial? 9 squared plus 9n minus 36. As I told you now, the first step, I will look at the sign of C. Now, what is the sign of C here?
Negative.
It is negative. So, they are different. Okay, they are different. So, I will write now the table here. I will write. I will write now the factors of negative 36 and the summation of factors. Now, the variable here is n in the first bracket and n in the second bracket. Now, as I told you, since we have a negative sign, what does it mean? That means we must have a different signs in the bracket. So, one of them is positive and the second it will be negative. Now, what is the factors of 36?
Negative 4, positive 9,
Let's
positive
start
12,
with 3 and 12.
negative 2,
Positive 3, negative 12, and negative 3, positive 12. Negative 9, positive 4, and negative 4, positive 9. What also?
1 and 36, negative, positive,
1 and 36,
negative,
yes. Negative 1, positive 36, and negative 36, positive 1. Now, let's find the summation of them. Negative positive 3 minus 12 is?
Equal 9, negative 9.
9. And the down, negative 3
9.
plus 12?
9.
9. Negative 9 plus 4?
Equal
Negative 5.
negative 5.
Negative 4 plus 9?
5.
This is 5. By the way, I think that I only teach Farah here.
Teacher, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my pencil.
Negative 1 plus 36. It's positive 35.
36.
Negative 36 plus 1. Negative
Negative
35.
35.
Now, then the second step, I will look here. Which two numbers that if you add them, you get positive 9?
Negative 3 and
Negative 3
positive
and positive 12.
Negative 3 and positive 12. So I will put here a negative 3 and here a positive 12. Now, is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes,
Yes,
teacher,
Yara.
but can we solve another example?
Yes, I will solve. Yara, is it clear for you now? Yara?
Teacher, you calling me or Yara?
Yara.
Okay.
Teacher, I kept going in and out, but the internet connection is so bad.
Okay, Basmala, that's not problem. Yeah.
Yes, teacher, are you calling me?
Yes, Yara, I'm calling you. I'm asking you that if this question is clear.
Yes.
Now let's do B. C squared minus 4C minus 21. Now, what is the sign of C?
Negative.
It's negative. So I will put two brackets with C and C with different sign. Now, I will write now, I will make a table now. I will put here the factors of negative 21 and then the summation of the factors. Now let's write the factors of negative 21. As I told you, it must be positive and negative. Positive 7, negative 3.
Negative 3.
Negative 7.
Negative 7, positive 3.
Thank you. What also? 21.
1,
And
negative.
21 and
Negative 1.
negative.
1 and
Thank you.
20 and positive 10.
Only.
Yes. Now let's find the summation. The summation of positive 7 minus 3.
Equal
4.
equal
Positive
4.
4.
Negative
Negative
Positive
7
4.
plus 3.
positive.
Negative 4.
Equal
Negative
negative
4.
4.
Negative 21 plus 1.
And 20.
Negative
20.
20.
And 21 minus 1 is 20.
Positive 20.
So which factors, or which pair of factors, if as summation of them is negative 4?
Negative 7
Negative 7
Negative
and
positive,
And
positive 3.
3. Negative
positive
7
3, negative 7.
and positive 3. Yeah, let's do now another example here. Factor each expression, check your answer. R squared plus 6R minus 27. This is number 24 in your book. R squared plus 6R minus 27. Open two brackets, R. Since the sign of C is negative, so one is positive and one is negative.
1 is negative.
Then I will make a table. In this table here, I will write factors of negative 27 and the summation of the factors. Factors of negative 27, it will be negative 9 and
Positive 3.
positive 3.
And
Negative 3.
Negative 3.
Negative 9.
yes, and positive 9. What's also?
1 and 27.
Yes,
1 and negative 2.
1 and negative
Negative.
27 and 27 and negative 1.
And
Now let's
negative.
find the summation of them. Negative 9 plus 3.
Negative 6.
Equal negative
Negative 6.
Negative 6.
9 minus 3.
Positive
6.
6.
Positive 6.
Negative 1 minus 27. Positive 1, sorry, minus 27.
Negative
One.
26.
Negative
The second
26.
one
Positive 26.
will be 26.
26.
So which numbers now? If you multiply them, you get positive 6.
9. Positive 9.
Positive 9 and negative 3.
Thank you.
9, negative 3.
Negative 3.
Thank you. That's it. Positive 9.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, Farah.
It doesn't matter if I made the brackets who had the negative sign first.
No,
or
no,
no?
doesn't matter. Because you have a
Okay.
product multiplication and they are commutative. Cumulative. Now,
Okay.
number 25. Applying factorial trinomial. Applying factoring trinomials. Here now, the areas of the rectangle, is given by the trinomial x squared minus 2x minus 35. What are the possible dimensions of the rectangle? Now, in the numbers, if I told you that the area of the rectangle is 36, okay, we have different dimensions. One of you told me, teacher, it could be 4 and 9. One of you, teacher, it could be 1 and 36. One of you, teacher, it could be 12 and 3. So all of these dimensions are acceptable because all of us know that the area of a rectangle is the length times the width. And so now, all the areas are the length times the width. If you multiply 9 times 4, you get 36. If you multiply 36 times 1, you will also get 36. So all of these dimensions are acceptable. Here now, so also now, in the rectangle, in the expressions, I have now the area, it's not 36, it's x squared minus 2x minus 35. This is the area of the rectangle. I want you now to put all the possible dimensions. To write now all the possible dimensions, you have to use the factoring. Like here, how we factorize 36. We said it is 4 and 9 and 1 and 36. Here also in the trinomials, we have to factorize it. So the areas of the rectangle, of the rectangle is x squared minus 2x minus 35. So now let's factorize this trinomial. So factor the trinomial. After you factorize, you will find the two dimensions of the rectangle. Here we have x squared minus 2x minus 35. X squared minus 2x minus 35. Now look at the sign of C. Is it positive or negative?
Negative.
Negative. Negative C, that means I have one is positive and the second one is negative. X, X. The third step now, I will make a table here. And this table, it has to show, or it has to tell me what are the factors of negative 35, and then I will write the summation of the factors.
Teacher, it will be negative 7 and positive 5.
Yes, 7 and 5, negative positive, or positive 7, negative 5. Negative 7 plus 5 is what?
2.
Negative 2. Positive 7 and negative 5 is positive 2.
Positive 2.
So I have negative
And
7
one negative.
and
Yes.
positive 5. Now, later on, when you will be familiar with this factorizing, you will not need to write all the, to draw and fill the table. You just tell yourself, I know that later on, okay? If you want to look at it, okay, you can. If you don't want, it's up to you. You can put
So it is
like
not
this.
necessary.
You can put two brackets and then the two x's. And then so we have one negative and one positive. Then you ask yourself, 35, it is 7 times 5. Is it right?
Yes.
Since now
Yes.
the sign here is negative, so the greatest one will have this, which is the greatest, 7 or 5? 7.
7.
7.
So after you say it is 7 and 5, since now the sign here is negative, so the negative sign, it will be with the greater number. And me, as
So I'm making like this.
I will not, if I want to factorize a trinomial, I will not use the table because I get familiar with it. Familiar with it, that's mean here. I have a negative sign. So one is positive and one is negative. Then I will put in my mind, what are the factors of the 35? I say 7 and 5. 7 and 5, the difference between them is 2. Yes, it could be. Then after that, I will ask myself, which is greater? 7. So since 7 is greater, it will take the sign of this number, which is negative. Okay, this is a shortest way. If you want to use the factors, I will explain using the table. But this is, if you want, this is a shortest way. Sometimes the shortest way, or sometimes I cannot remind all or remember all the factors, I will use the table.
Yes.
Now, So after that, let's go back to our question. So after that now, as you see, the factors here are x plus 5 and x minus 7. So this is my rectangle. One of the dimensions is x plus 5, and the second one, it is x minus 7. These are the dimensions of that rectangle. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss, it's clear.
Let's do got it for now to have the same idea. A rectangle's area is x squared minus x minus 72. What are the possible dimensions of the rectangle? Use factoring. X squared minus x minus 72. So here now I have two factors. Now, as we said, since the sign of C is negative, what does it mean? We have a different.
Positive and negative.
Positive
Different
and
One is negative and the second one is positive.
It's positive.
Then let's now draw my table. In this table, I want to write all the factors of negative 72 and then the summation of these factors. What are the factors of negative 72? Yellow.
Positive 9, negative 8. Negative 8, positive 9.
9, negative 8. Negative 9, positive 8.
Negative 1, positive 72.
Yes, and negative 72.
Positive 6, negative 12.
6 and 12, thank you. Now, I will stop here because there's only 1 minute. I want to continue. So after that now, look at here. Positive 9 minus 8, it is positive 1. And here, it's negative 1. I need negative 1. Negative x, it's negative 1 times x. So which factors, their summation is negative 1?
Negative 9,
Negative 9 and positive 8.
And positive 8.
Negative 9 and positive 8.
Yes, so x minus 9 times x plus 8 will be the factors of the rectangle. Oh, the length, the possible length of the rectangle. Is it clear?
Yes, miss.
Now see,
Yes,
the period
teacher.
will now I will the Zoom will end now. I want you please to rejoin me for 5